Hey friends, and welcome back to the Reddit Rainbow. Y'all, grab your vibes and your delights. I'm just gonna hop right into it, alright? Am I the asshole for whoring myself to a creepy photographer? Me, 28 female, and my boyfriend, 32 male, have been together for 6 years. We never get into fights, and once in a blue moon, we'll disagree on something. I really feel like I found my other half in life. I regularly cosplay and have for 10 years now. 3 months ago, I went to a convention with my partner, and a photographer who I've known for 2 years, let's call him Brian, asked to get some shots of me. Completely normal, nothing abnormal. I told him I look forward to seeing the shots on Insta, and I left to explore more of the con. I had an amazing time with my partner. Right as the con was about to close for the day, I needed to use the restroom. Right as I was about to enter, Brian approached me. He looked very anxious and very nervous and was kind of breathing weird, to the point where before he even said anything, I said, "What's wrong, hun?" And he took a deep breath and said, "Can I ask you a really weird question?" I said, "Sure, I love weird." And he said he wanted to buy the pantyhose I had on and asked if I had Venmo or Cash App. I said, "Yeah, I have Venmo, but I don't know." And I was really weirded out, obviously. I considered saying no and reporting him to staff, but then he made an offer of $100. I said, no, I'm fine. Still very awkward and weirded out. He then said 500. And I was still very uncomfortable and weirded out, but I started thinking about the benefits. I pay for every last cent of rent, $3,000, while my partner pays for internet, 100. So rent ain't cheap. That's a big difference. Okay. How long have y'all been living together? How does he not pay anything in rent? Also, what were you cosplaying as, friend? Like, god damn. Anyway, but if somebody offered me like $500, you best believe that I would probably take him up on that offer, okay? I did what I thought was best at the time. I took him up on the offer. He sent me the money, which I withdrew to my bank instantly. And I went to the girls' room and took off my pantyhose, came out, and gave them to Brian. I wanted to ask what he was going to do with them, but I didn't want to make things even more awkward than they already were. He then asked me for another $300 if I would be willing to hold up the pantyhose for a photo. I once again thought about how much money was going to help and decided to do it. And I gave my best attempt at a smile considering the situation. Brian sent me the money and tried steering the conversation to JoJo stuff he bought, but I just wanted to leave as soon as possible. He eventually left. My boyfriend approached me shortly after and asked what happened to my pantyhose. I didn't want to make a scene, so I just told him they were uncomfortable. I could have just left it at that, but during the car ride home, I decided to tell him the truth because I felt like it was important. He then got mad at me, which took me by surprise, because we hardly ever argue. He basically told me I essentially hoard myself to some creep, and I should have asked him first before doing so, and that I essentially cheated on him in a way. I apologized profusely, but he proceeded to call me all sorts of names that really hurt. Also, what the fuck is your problem? Because do you pay rent? That's all I can think about is, do you pay fucking rent? You got a lot to say for someone who doesn't pay rent. Ugh. Anyway, we made this a private matter at the time and have since gotten over this the best we could. He apologized for calling me names, but he called you names in the heat of the moment. That means that any other time he's in the heat of the moment, he's going to call you more names or he's going to bring this shit up. I don't think this is okay. And I don't think you should look over it as lightly as you are. And why are you just now bringing it up now? If y'all got over it, why are you still bringing it up? Because it's bad. Because it's worse than it is, and you're letting yourself think otherwise. So she offered to refund the money to Brian, and I explained the situation to him, aka Brian, and said if I truly didn't want the money, he'd just donate it to a charity. And also, I'm going to keep that fucking money. My rent is $3,000, and suddenly I don't have to come up with like 1/3 of it? Hell nah, bruh. I asked if there was any way I could have my pantyhose back, and he said, "Trust me, you don't want them back." And I said, "Yeah, okay." And that was that. Okay. This past month, I've told this situation to my girlfriends, and my boyfriend has told this situation to his dude friends. Almost all my girlfriends told me what I did was disgusting and that I gave the cosplay community a bad name, etc. No, not at all. But maybe she set up a weird expectation for her friend, though. You know what I'm saying? How is she making the cosplay community look bad? If anything, the people who were with her, who consume the cosplay content, are the problem, and they always are. Anyway, while my boyfriend's friends told him that his feelings were valid, but he way overreacted, how did the dudes have more sympathy and empathy for you than the girls did? You need new friends. And that I could have used that money to help out with a lot of stuff. Yes, like the rent you don't pay for. The fuck? You don't pay any rent. Matter of fact, every accusation is just a confession. And you just admitted that you whore yourself out for a place to live. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Because you don't pay rent. You don't pay any money towards that $3,000. You only pay $100 to the internet bill, and you have all of this to say? All of this? Girl. Nah, bruh. Our friend circles are split in the middle. It doesn't sound like yours is split in the middle, and it sounds like his is on your side. Bro, Slappa just said that his friends are telling him that he way overreacted because they know that he's a fucking bum and that he shouldn't have shit to say about her making a lot of money. Like, god dang. Am I the asshole? Girl, no. And edit, wow, you guys are more split on this than my friends. Thanks, Reddit. Very cool joke. I can't tell if they're being sarcastic, I know they're being sarcastic about thanks, Reddit, but you guys are more split. I don't see their split. You are paying $3,000 in rent. He pays $100. Hobosexual. Okay. And not to mention, you say this happened about a month ago. And this was posted about 6 hours ago. Whenever it's this time of year, there comes out hobosexuals, right? And then once tax refund season ends, those guys disappear with all the things that you bought for them with your tax refund money. So all I'm saying is that that's giving hobosexual big time. You didn't whore yourself out for him. You just gave him what he asked for. And I don't think that's whoring out. And you took one picture, probably like with a pair of pantyhose that you used to own. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, all of this is dumb. It feels like rage bait. And if it is fake, shame on you. But if it's not fake, you need a new friend group. You need to get rid of your bummy ass boyfriend, and you need to be so careful around that dude going forward. Please be careful around that dude going forward. It sounds like I don't think you've maybe thought yet because you didn't mention, but it sounds like you haven't really thought about like what could potentially happen with this guy going forward. Hopefully you're not going to talk to him anymore, but just please be so careful if you deal with that guy going forward.
You're always getting on to me about not asking follow-up questions. You asked me if I would be okay with you getting $800 for selling your pantyhose or whatever, and I said yes. But hearing the story now, she didn't ask what is the purpose of me selling. Like, is this for personal use?
But she said she was too afraid to.
I know. Or are you like reselling it? Because there are fetish people big time at conventions. All of them. Furries, weird dude who's want to buy your panties, that type shit. And they're paying big money. So when he asked for the picture, right then I was like, oh, this is like a weird fetish thing. And he's probably going to resell these. And he needs the picture to prove it's from a girl. And what girl it's from.
Oh my gosh.
So he's probably reselling that shit for like thousands. And I would be mad at you for that part. Because, like, if you're going to be, like, selling panties and shit, that's whatever. Who the fuck cares? Some
right.
To smell.
I didn't even know that they did that.
Yes.
Oh, God.
But I'd be like, I'd talk to Brian and be like, hey, man, how much are you making off this? Because I feel like you shortchanged my wife, bro. Because there's no way a dude who's, like, a photographer and a usual and everyone knows him and he goes to these conventions all the time is gonna risk his connections to do this weird creepy shit unless he's making a lot of money or it's just his own really weird kink. So I would want to know, what's the use of this, and are
I
you
mean,
exploiting women at these conventions
oh man,
to
so be
make tons
even
of money?
more careful than
Right.
that. But like even worse still, like what if this guy was he said you don't want them back.
What if you already sold it?
What if he already sold it?
Exactly.
Oh gosh. Oh, I love this man.
But yeah, get your money's worth. If you're going to be doing this shit, it's fine. But like, get the info and make sure you're getting what you deserve.
Okay.
Tax them creeps.
Damn. Okay. Okay. Damn. That's probably why he didn't. Damn. I can't even believe it. And that's probably why he had no problem jumping up that high because he knew he was
Exactly.
probably about to make a fucking buck off of that. Ugh. What a horrible turn of events. Well, all right, guys. I can't wait to see what you guys think. And I think that Slap is starting to get the itch to start recording again. And I think you might see a new Vibes and Delight soon. So get ready for that. All right, guys. I hope y'all have the greatest day ever. And thank you so much for being here. Love you guys. God dang.